I think drafting Malachi. Listen, James Bouknight, he's an okay player, but why not get the starting shooting guard when all these centers and big men are out on the market? I feel like you can go out and get a big man for cheap right now, especially. I don't know what the Hornets could trade. They could trade Terry Rozier's shitty contract and try and pick up a big man, a solid big man. I think you can find a better big man out there than Mark Williams especially at the 13th pick or 14th pick, 13th pick, should I say, and draft a guy like Malachi who can slide in right next to LaMelo and play some good basketball, some good hoops.
It's blooming.
Hey, is this thing on?
Welcome to an NBA mock draft here with the Are We Recording cast and crew. We've got Ethan Hamilton, the young Rottweiler. You gotta do the bark, man. You got to. And I'm 007 Gage Sutton. And today we are joined by Jay Breezy, Jason Collins.
Jay Breezy.
You got Nolan Phillips joining us from the Virgin Islands.
I ain't no virgin though.
Okay. Cut his mic, just for that intro.
Has to mute, man. We got our Houston Rockets resident fan, Devin Glass.
The president of Rockets Twitter.
The
president of Rockets,
the king,
the king of Rockets Twitter. And then we got our producer, editor. I'm going to keep giving him more titles because it pisses Ethan off. Xavier joining us. And last but not least,
the big stepper. The big stepper.
But yeah, so basically what we're going to do today is we're going to break down the first 20 picks the first 18 picks of the NBA draft and kind of go through what we think each team will do. So if you guys are ready, let's get this thing started.
Let's run up the simulator. Come on.
Ooh.
All right.
And for those who are listening and watching right now, it's going to go very similar to how we did our NBA or our NFL mock draft that we did earlier in the year. And what I mean by that is that each one of us are going to have are going to be in charge of a certain pick, and we're going to be basing our picks on either who we think they should draft, who do we want them to draft, and who do we think they're going to draft? Any one of those three criterias, and we're just going to make it flow. So I guess with the number one overall pick, I myself as a member of the Orlando Magic, I think I'm going to select Jabari Smith. I think Jabari Smith with the number one overall pick is how I'm going. And the reason why I select Jabari Smith over Chet Holmgren or Paolo Banchero is because I think that the missing piece that the Magic have been needing for a while is a scorer, and more so a scorer that can stretch the floor. Because I do like what they have right now with Wendell Carter Jr. I do like what they have now with Cole Anthony, Jonathan Isaac, guys on the bench like R.J. Hampton and Markelle Fultz, and even this past year who they got Jalen Suggs, who I think is going to take some time for him to grow. But I really think like what they've been missing is a forward that can score. And I like Jonathan Isaac. He's a really, really good defender, but scoring is not his main suit. And I think Jabari, his shooting is just too good not to pass on him. So that's why I'm going with him.
You know, a couple days ago, I probably would have been 100% on board with this pick, but now that we're seeing the reports that Paolo Banchero is becoming the favorite to be the number one pick, I'm a little more skeptical. I've always thought Paolo was going to be the best player in this draft, so it makes sense to go number one with him. But if they don't, that's an opportunity for him to fall to Dev's Rockets. We'll get to that, but with him still on the board, there's a chance.
So who's got the second pick?
That would be me with the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm going to go with the guy who's been mocked here basically every day since the season ended, the college basketball season ended, and we found out who's going to be picking number two. It's Chet Holmgren. I think he's a great fit with what they're going to try to build around. They've got a lot of picks and some big decisions to make with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and other contracts like Lou Dort coming up. So I think Chet Holmgren is a guy who he's a unicorn. He could be the best player in this draft, but he has that high bust probability, which I'm interested to hear what y'all think about that and Chet as a prospect because he's very intriguing.
Honestly, Jason, you go first.
I don't think Chet is boom or bust. I think he has a pretty high floor just because of how good of a defender he can be. But there's also that chance like he just doesn't pan out because we've seen a few players like Chet, bro. If he doesn't pan out, it could get ugly for him.
I think
But
Jason
the
hit it
thing
on
is,
top of the
I
head.
don't like comparing him to KD.
Oh, I mean, no, he's not KD, but I think Jason hit it on top of the head, man. That's like, I don't think he's a boomer bust because, like Jason said, the defensive impact is just going to be too high of a floor where I don't think there's any way he busts. But a player he's like, what, 195? It gets you thinking, man. It gets you thinking. So, as long as they can put him onto a good regimen, I think he should have a steady NBA career.
I think he's really similar to a player like Brandon Ingram, where he came in skinny, looks like he needed a quarter pounder with cheese to really put on that NBA body. I don't see him really being a really star player. I think he's just above average. Listen.
How do y'all not see Christian Porzingis?
I think Porzingis is a better comparison than KD because he can put the ball on the floor against people his size, but he's not like handling the ball.
Kristaps is what, above average? That's what I'd say Kristaps is, and I don't see really see Chet Holmgren being anything more than above average.
Label. He sucks.
That's a hot take, all right.
I actually like the fit to the Thunder, and the reason why I think they have a plethora of like guards, more so like, and what I mean by that is not necessarily like scoring guards because SGA is a scoring guard, but like Josh Giddey, like I think he matches really really well with Josh Giddey. No matter what they decide to do with SGA, like I think the pick and roll between them two, that could be the future for that team. And if I'm a Thunders fan, I'd be pretty excited because that's what I think most that Chet like needs is that, and why I didn't really want him on Orlando because they have like Orlando has guards, but they don't have like a point guard. I think Cole and I think Jalen are like more combo guards. I think Jalen can end up being a point guard, like an NBA level point guard, but I think his fit matches closer to something like what OKC is doing, in my opinion.
I think Chet wants to be in OKC too, so it's perfect fit.
There's nobody in front of him, man. He has nobody to deal with. Poku,
yeah.
Pokushevsky, I don't know.
Like
Hey,
Isaiah
Poku's a
Roby.
good example right there, like of somebody that's like Chet size that didn't pan out. Like it could get ugly for him, but I think he's gonna be all right because he's too good defensively.
We'll see because, like, again, I think he's a super talented player and he has a really high ceiling in my opinion. But again, the thing I'm worried about is durability. Can he play an 82-game season and be healthy? We're just gonna have to wait and see. But right now, we've got the Houston Rockets with the number 3 pick, and making this pick is Jason. So Jason is Dev gonna be walking away happy today?
Yeah, man. Because I think Dev is walking away with the best player in this draft, man.
Yes,
The number 3 pick, I'm picking Paolo Banchero, man.
Dyson Daniels, my fault. I got a little ahead of myself. I got a little ahead of myself. My fault.
Those athletic point forwards. Like he's not a pure point forward, but he's a very good playmaker. He knows how to put the ball in the basket. And if he ever finds himself defensively, his ceiling is very high.
I like that. Because
I love it.
I'll let Dev speak to more on like what he thinks Houston needs are and how Paolo can fit into that. But the biggest thing for me is that like I think I've said this for how many years since James Harden left. Like I think their biggest need is point guard. And even though I don't think there's a point guard in this draft that's I would take over Paolo, I still really like Paolo as a fit for this team.
Well, to me, I love the pick. Our GM last year wanted to trade up for Cade badly, so he's really into the jumbo playmakers. So you slot him in, you give the KPJ a lot more off-ball duties. He doesn't have to always be on ball because he's not a point guard. Please, Rockets fans, don't kill me for saying that.
No, you're right.
But I love
KPJ's not a point guard.
Yeah, they're gonna be pissed. I love the pick, man. Great pick, Jake.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's bigger and he's like faster than all the other fours. So he's gonna be able to cook fours and he can shoot. So he provides spacing on the floor as well. So I don't think they can go wrong with this pick at all.
I think he's also a three level scorer too. Like we'll see if he'll be a complete 3-level scorer because college is different than the NBA. But going into it, I see that type of potential.
For me, he seems like the guy who I would place money on to become the best player of this class because he's just got all of the tools, and if he can help build the culture of Houston a little bit more, we might be looking at another very good superstar in the city of Houston.
The name of the game is skill, and he got a lot of it.
Yeah, absolutely. But
if you look around the league right now, the archetype that's thriving is those big wingy type players. I'm telling you.
Skilled, man. He's skilled. Good pick for the Rockets if he does fall that low.
All right, well, now with the number 4 pick, we've got the Sacramento Kings on the board. And, Dev, you'll be making the selection for them. Who do you got them taking?
Don't do it, Dev.
I could go two ways with this. But for Sacramento, a team that's trying to make it back to the playoffs, has been 16 years. I think you just have to go best player available, man. So that pick, I'm taking Jaden Ivey, point guard out of Purdue. I know it stings. I know it's a little bit redundant maybe with De'Aaron Fox, but you just have to go with the best player. And to me, that's Jaden Ivey. Y'all know how much I love Jaden Ivey. I think he's a hooper. You just go with best player and just make it work.
If I'm the Detroit Pistons, which I am, I'm killing myself right now, and I'm trading out until the next 5 drafts because this is the worst. This is the worst position I could be in playing as the Pistons. But we'll get to my pick. But the Kings, they know how to develop guards, I guess. Buddy Hield, De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, it might work, but
no. Listen, the thing is, Jaden Ivey.
I'm gonna kill myself, man. Like
Ivy would have been a much better fit with the Pistons, Jason. Wouldn't you agree? I think Ivy would be a better fit.
Travis is upset right now.
No. Hey, look, I want to see Jaden Ivey and Cade together so bad, but
that would be a good fit, man.
Don't get me. I think in real time they go Keegan Murray, but to me, I just feel you have to don't overthink it, man. Just pick the best player and make it work, bro.
My thing is, you don't want to be there. Like he's already said, he don't.
No, did y'all hear what he said today?
Yeah.
He was like, what did he say? He was like, it ain't gonna be the worst place to play. I was like,
he's trying to talk himself into it. He's trying to talk himself into it.
You don't draft a player that don't want to be there. Go Keegan Murray, man.
But the Kings will do that. We know what kind of franchise they are. And they might just say fuck it and pick him, knowing that he's going to be upset with the situation day one, basically. I think it's a mistake. I think they should go with Keegan Murray because although I don't think he has the same star potential that Jaden Ivey does, I think he fits what they need right now better than what Jaden Ivey does. Because, again, it's redundant. You just traded Tyrese Halliburton and you have De'Aaron Fox.
You drafted Davion Mitchell. Like I don't like the pick because of that exact reason. Because if I'm in the mindset of the Kings, right, they've already said multiple times, but the trade was for Sabonis and getting rid of Halliburton. They want to win now, whatever that means for the Kings. I think that just means make the playoffs, and I think their best bet to make the playoffs is with a guy like Keegan Murray, AJ Griffin, or that type of player. Like I think. Hold on. The reason why I say so is because they already have De'Aaron Fox, the combo guard, who I think Jaden Ivey is going to be a similar player to that scoring-wise. They already have the backup point guard in Davion Mitchell, who's a lockdown defender. Like they have a very, very good starting center, power forward, however you want to classify Sabonis. And I think Keegan Murray is a 2-level, or I think he'll on the right team he'll be a 3-level scorer that can really elevate this team. And I think he's probably their best bet win now wise.
How old is Keegan Murray?
22. He's 22, man.
There's someone in that equation in Holmes. Holmes is a very good center.
Rashawn Holmes?
Draft Keegan Murray, you're losing.
Oh, he's 20?
He's like 22, man. He's gonna be like 22 when the draft comes or something. Like when the season starts. He's old.
My thing is also like the Kings constantly make bad decisions. So my thing here is like Keegan Murray's a high IQ player, a lot of talent. And my thing is like that would bring some of that good decision making onto their team. And I love Jaden Ivey, but Jaden Ivey is young and raw. And again, you're getting another De'Aaron Fox. It wouldn't work with. You've tried drafting a guard twice, and both times you've struggled. Why are you going to do it again?
Well, speaking of young and raw, let's move on to Nolan Phillips' pick.
Oh God!
Wow.
Can I get some Detroit basketball? Listen,
I'm a Bulls fan, so we don't mess with them. So
Detroit, listen, they probably want Jaden Ivey to pair up with Cade Cunningham. That's like some Cleveland stuff. That is Colin Sexton, Darius Garland type level, that two young guards that can just go out there and play. But unfortunately, Dev did take them with the Sacramento Kings. I think, if you do take Keegan Murray here, which I'm going to take Keegan Murray, he doesn't have that much competition to play at a power forward position. You can move Jeremy Grant to a 3, Marvin Bagley off the bench. This is, again, kind of a best player available. You're only looking at about 7 guys in this draft who are solid starters on semi-bad teams at the end of the lot, or at the beginning of the NBA draft. So Keegan Murray to the Detroit Pistons, I don't think it's a bad pick, especially with what's happened in the top 5. So
Yeah, I think he's a lock for top 5. I think the top 5 is already locked. Whatever order you want to pick, it's already locked. Keegan is a good player to pick up with Cade.
Yeah, for me, I think I do like Keegan like a lot more than a lot of people do. Like, I really like Keegan, but the better fit for me, I think, in this situation is, I think Shaedon Sharpe. Like,
no sir.
I think they need a shooting guard, bro, to go with Cade. And Shaedon Sharpe in like 3-4 years, I think he can be a very, very elite shooting guard, paired up with Cade.
Problem with that, bro?
Do they have 3 or 4 years to wait, man? That's my thing. I know, like, you have Cade, man, and Cade he's going to accelerate this rebuild pretty quickly, man. It's like, do they have 3 or 4 years to wait for Shaedon Sharpe to come along? Because, mind you, he hasn't played since, like, what? What's that?
Yeah.
EYBL? It's been a long time.
That's my concern. Like, he has no film, bro. Like, if you're going to take somebody top 5, you got to have some type of film on him, bro. Like, it's too much of a boom bust because you don't know.
From what they were saying, they said his workouts were bukaka.
We'll talk about Shaedon Sharpe a little bit later because he will be picked in the lottery, I think. So we'll keep him on the board, and we'll talk a little bit more about him when he gets picked. But next up, we've got Travis picking for the Pacers, and I'm interested to see what you do here, Trav, because the Pacers could use a lot.
This is where it gets spicy.
Yep.
Because honestly,
right here, man.
Because honestly, I think the move for Halliburton kind of changed the trajectory for the team, in my opinion. So
I can see that.
That is true, and that's why I'm picking Benedict Masses. The athletic person in this year's draft, he can shoot, and he can. If you want to transition offense, he's perfect for it. I think his defense is not there yet. It needs 3 years defense to there to NBA level.
I like the pick.
I think that's a good pick. I do think he's a pretty solid defender, man. For his size, pretty good. I like the pick though, man. Good job, Travis.
That's tough, man. I think Benedict Mathurin is a lot of teams like kind of ideal pick. There isn't a lot of teams that couldn't use a guy like Benedict Mathurin, I feel like. Yep. And with the potential that he has, I think it's a great pick.
Athlete, spring. Yeah. I mean, and athlete's got the best potential to turn into good defender. So if you can turn him into a 3-and-D player that can get his own in transition, that's always a plus. You're always in the market for players like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm up next here with the 7th pick in the Portland Trailblazers, and I'm kind of in a weird position here because you've still got Dame on the roster. They've got Anthony Simons, who's been emerging as a very talented young player in this league. So this is interesting. I could definitely see Portland trading out of this pick and gaining some more capital, maybe getting a couple more veteran players to bring in and make that team, help them compete. But if they stay put, which we're doing here, I think the best player on the board for the position that makes the most sense is AJ Griffin from Duke.
I like that.
I like it because the best way I see it is that I really don't think Portland's ready to let go of Dame yet, whether they should or shouldn't. I don't get paid enough money to decide that. But I do think they're going to try to make it work with Dame for at least next year. And I think AJ Griffin, it gives them the best opportunity.
Like I just said, man, you can never go wrong with 3-and-D. He was the best shooter in college basketball last year. And if he gets help with his injuries, he's going to be a solid pickup because he used to be the number 1 player in the country before he tore the ACL in high school. So you never go wrong with that.
My bad. I think out of all the lottery picks, I think this is probably the most likely to be traded before draft night because, the Blazers have been rumored to try and get a shooting guard. Like, they've been trying to trade for Bradley Beal. They've been Zach LaVine talks, but they're just trying to get Dame at least one last shot before they finally give up, which they should have done 2 years ago. But out of all the picks out of the lottery, I think this is the most likely to get moved.
Yep.
My thing is the Trailblazers are in the worst part of basketball, which I call like the mediocrity rim, which is
purgatory.
You're not going to do anything. You're in
Purgatory.
Like you're stuck in nowhere. You should have gotten
Until
rid of
you
Dame
can get
a couple
a
years ago.
high pick or get lucky with a superstar. That's purgatory, basically.
I get you, man.
Well, Xavier, there's another team that you're going to be picking for with the 8th pick who seem like they've got things a little more figured out in the Western Conference, and that's the Pelicans. They're hoping Zion Williamson can come back healthy this year. So who do you have them taking with the 8th pick?
So my thing here is I was hoping one of the 2 players I would like would be taken by then, so you could take the decision out of my hands. But here I'm going to go ahead and go with Dyson Daniels, which is insane. Like, because I kind of expected both of them to be here. The other one is Shaedon Sharp, but for me, Dyson Daniels is a bigger guy, can facilitate, and is coming back as Zion is healthy. You want guard skills and IQ and kind of like that raw ability outside. And Dyson Daniels can develop into a nice complementary piece as an athletic wing who also can facilitate the ball and move and push the pace.
I like the pick.
I'm very high on Dyson Daniels. Like there's another place that we haven't gone yet. I really like him on certain teams like the Knicks or the Wizards. That's kind of where I had him going, but I do like him to the Pelicans. I do think the Pelicans, if Zion is healthy next year, they will take a big leap with him and BI, and them coming up with the bright idea to finally put CJ McCollum as a point guard, I think will do wonders for them. I'm just wondering if they might be better suited getting another wing player to come off the bench. Because they hit who are the 2 guys
shooters, man?
Herbert Jones and Jose Alvarado, man.
No, who's the other guy they drafted last year?
Trey Murphy.
Trey Murphy. I think if they get another Trey Murphy or a Herb Jones, that's really gonna take that team to the next level. So I'm surprised you went with him rather than maybe like a Johnny Davis. Like I think Johnny Davis off the bench, like he's the 6th man. I think like would save them so much. Like if BI and CJ not hitting, and I think so. What were you saying, Jason?
Dyson is good, but he can't shoot. You want to surround Zion with as many shooters as you can.
Exactly. You need more shooters.
He needs a lot more shooters, and I think you probably should go Johnny Davis at that point.
Yeah, that's another option there.
Bucket.
Johnny Davis is a bucket. Like I know Dev hates older players, but Johnny Davis is.
He's solid. Well, I mean, what I think will happen I think if they get AJ Griffin, I think AJ Griffin or Benedict Masses will fall to them.
That works well too.
That you put one of them too.
If the Pelicans can get AJ Griffin, that's gonna get real nasty if he pans out.
No, I assumed those 2 guys would have been taken. Trust me, Mathurin. Again, there's not a team that can't use Mathurin, like y'all said earlier. Mathurin's one of those guys that
Mathurin, I think, is the perfect fit for the Pelicans. Like transition off the bench, there ain't no pressure on him to score too much in the half court because you have Zion, you have CJ McCollum, you have Brandon Ingram. Like he's more athletic, he's more dynamic than guys like on offense than guys like Herb Jones and Trey Murphy. Even though I don't think he's as good as a shooter as those 2 are. Not really Herb Jones, but the Trey Murphy. But I do think like I'm not mad at the pick. I'm not mad at the pick at all.
We'll obviously regroup after the draft, but I think this is an opportunity for them to get even better because they have a solid young team of guys who could really take a big step next year. Obviously, Zion wasn't playing all of last year, and they were pretty close to making it to the play-in with BI. And
they did make the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, they did make the playoffs. Lost in the first round. Yeah, totally forgot about that.
But they almost beat the Suns, man.
They went to 6 with the Suns.
Yeah, you're right.
Zion are not going to work well together.
That is, I think, what they're gonna figure out next year, because I love both those guys. But I think the thing is for them, I think CJ is really gonna be the key for them. They finally have a veteran point guard that I think can really smooth things over with those 2.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they work? I'm confused. Didn't they play together already? And Zion averaged 27 I'm pretty sure it'll be
think-
okay.
I think Bi
They
he
didn't win
he takes
games.
a back seat. Like he don't know how to be a 1B. He turns into the second best player, and he can't do that because he's
And
too
that's what
talented.
he is. Zion's 1A.
That's what I'm
On
saying.
his way, 1A.
I'm saying
Now,
it should be 1A.
Zion needs to be the
1 and
best
2.
player on the team.
You think Brandon Ingram's the best player on the Pelicans, Travis?
No, he needs to be the best player on the Pelicans to be good, to win playoff games in series.
He could, but he's never going.
If he
He's
gets the ball,
really good too.
Zion, he's
He
not
takes a
going
back
to.
seat too much.
He's going to stop playing defense, and his scoring is going to go down.
Yeah, he takes a back seat when Zion plays, but he got to work on that himself because he's too talented to take a back seat.
Yeah, and I do think CJ helps. I do think CJ helps a lot.
Yeah.
Because that means
CJ
he doesn't have
take
to.
the back seat, not Brandon Ingram.
Yeah. But
All
He
right.
didn't
Well,
know
let's-
his role. That's the thing. He's going to bring them out.
yeah. But,
All right, let's move on to the number 9 pick, which is the San Antonio Spurs. And Dev, you will be selecting for my Spurs.
Oh,
what you doing here, man?
this is a tough one, man, because it's like I could go several different ways with this pick. I know the Spurs get these players, develop them, and then they just turn into superstars. This is tough. I think I'm going to go. I think he slid a little too much. I think I might go Shaedon Sharp. I know last year they just drafted Josh Primo. They play the same position. But with the coaching and the development in San Antonio, if Shaedon Sharp hits, y'all have a superstar to pair up with DeJounte. I mean, on the other hand, I would have gone with Jalen Duren because we don't know how much longer Pirtle's there. Get another guy that can learn behind him. Then, I mean, Jalen Duren's a freak of nature, man. He's like huge, and he's only like 18 years old. So
and he got got better as the season went on for Memphis. Like him and what's his name, Imani Bates. They underachieved. I think the first half of the year, and that second half, Imani was a little better, but Jalen, like, he became a star in my opinion.
Yeah, man, he's a freak athlete, bro. Like he's a defensive stopper, and that's what you need from that position. Not everybody's gonna be stars. If you can get a defensive stopper like a Clint Capella, I can see Jalen Duren being that sort of guy.
I mean, like I said, I guess like Dev said with Jakob Poeltl, that's gonna be the big thing. I feel like is what their plan is at center. If they're gonna take Jalen Duren here, probably means they're gonna move on from Jakob Poeltl. But if they decide to take a guy like Johnny Davis too, who I also considered, I think that kind of means Pirtle's here. We're gonna work with him in the long run and try to develop one of these guards and move on from one of them if it doesn't work out. But I don't know. There are a lot of different things that this team could do.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at Shaedon and 9 because it's not a spot where you lose your position if Shaedon doesn't pan out. You can bet on Shaedon at 9 and hope he pans out to be everything everybody says he's gonna be.
And if he does, San Antonio
then San Antonio got a steal, and they got him a steal.
Genius. So,
but to me, I would draft Jalen Duren. I just went with Shaedon Sharp because I think he slid a little bit too far. I think San Antonio is the perfect place for him to develop, but I digress.
Speaking about the guy who I think who Shaedon resembles a lot, Bradley Beal and the Wizards. I think they're in a really interesting position this year because Beal kind of already revealed that he's already decided how he wants I guess necessarily the rest of his career, like what direction he wants to go. And even though he hasn't necessarily announced yet, I think he's gonna kind of just take a. I think he's gonna want to. In my opinion, I think he's gonna want to out of the Wizards. So with this pick, I'm in the mindset of them probably preparing for life after him. And if I'm the Wizards and I'm preparing for life after Bradley Beal, I think the guy I'm going with is Johnny Davis, man. You need scoring to replace scoring. If he was going to stay, I'd probably pick either Jalen Duren or Mark Williams to anchor that defense for them because I think they kind of missed on the past couple wings they've picked. Rui Hachimura is cool. Danny Avicii. Dev, how do I pronounce the last name? Advicha?
That's like Abdia.
Yeah, I don't mean to butcher him, but like I don't think they really necessarily developed those two quite well in the position they are. I mean, Denny, like, he came into the league as being like a playmaker, and now they got him being a 3-and-D guy, and he can't really shoot. Like, I don't really agree with that at all. So that like turns me off of getting a guy like Jeremy Sochin, you know what I mean, or Ochai Agbaji, like who those two guys I really really like, but they turn him off going to the Wizards for me. So I gotta go with Johnny Davis, man. He's a proven scorer. I think he can. I think on a bad team, especially starting out with, if they do get rid of Beal, I think he can get you 15 a game.
Yeah, that's not a bad pick, assuming Bradley Beal is gone. That's a perfect pick for them if Bradley Beal is gone.
Yeah.
But if Bradley Beal's not gone, go ahead, X.
No, my thing is like Beal probably going to get traded. Like my thing in my mind is like we talked about earlier, moving picks and kind of trading around the draft. For me, I think Beal's going to go out. I think he's getting traded.
That man is taking that money. He's getting that super
I mean, he
max,
kind of said like he wants out. Like he said he's gonna pick the best situation or something like that. I don't remember what he said specifically.
I mean, the best, the money thing is definitely a big thing because I think he's got one more year on his contract.
Yeah, and if I'm Washington, I pay him whatever money he wants. You know what I mean?
You gotta let him go.
I think you gotta let him go at this point.
Gotta let him go. You gotta rebuild.
Like
the thing is, there's no way they're gonna build.
Though.
There's no way they're going to build a championship team around Bradley Beal.
But I think Gage, I think what you miss is that like when it's so easy to say, well, trade your if you don't got a championship guy already, then trade him and then keep tanking basically. It's hard to do stuff like that. It's really look at the Magic. They traded away Dwight Howard damn near 10 years ago, and they've been in the same position for 10 straight years.
Because they can't.
But Ethan, like they're not going to do anything with just Bradley Beal. He's almost 30 already. And their next best player is Kristaps Porzingis. So you're not going to do – you can't stay picking at 10 for 5 straight years with Bradley Beal or try and make the playoffs. You got to trade him, suck, and get at least semi-decent pick or at least try and sign a superstar, which the Wizards haven't for –
But they got one. They got one.
Who wants to go to the Wizards? It ain't Zach LaVine.
Nobody.
No, but they got a guy in Bradley Beal who's an elite player. He's an elite scorer.
He's 28 already.
No one want to play with him, Ethan. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Who wants to play with Bradley Beal, man?
And he's not a number one.
Bradley Beal wants to play with other people. People don't want to play with Bradley Beal.
I hear that. But again, it goes to I think it's a lot easier said than done to let me just trade my best player and then tank.
Not really.
Until I get. I think
so. This is the perfect year.
This is the perfect time to do it. The thing is, you want to do it before he loses his value too. He's got a year, so now would be the perfect time to trade him while his value is high and teams are just going to be willing to give up.
It's easy. You got to finish your draft process
more and more.
Exactly, Jason. Because look at guys again. I'm going to go.
Because people don't have good picks, bro. Like the people they have in their draft room, they don't make the right picks. If the Wizards trust their draft room enough to make the right pick every year that they tank, trade them. But they don't do that. Like
look who they
drafting, bro.
Jason, Jason, look what they've done after John Wall left. Their guy. Look what they've done since he left.
Yeah,
they've drafted not good.
Who else they drafted?
I think they've only drafted Danny, Corey Kispert. Corey Kispert's a good pick.
All those guys are okay guys, but that's what I'm saying. You trade guys like Bradley Beal, you trade guys for John Wall, and you think that you can eventually hit lightning twice. You know what I'm saying? But then you're stuck in the same position. The Orlando Magic are still in the same position for 10 years. The Pacers after Paul George, they fumbled themselves into getting Tyrese Halliburton, but again, they're stuck. They're stuck in the same position they were like.
But it's also not getting the value in return of what they should be getting for Bradley Beal. The thing is, if they're smart and play their cards right, they will build a trade that benefits them in the long run. So that, like, okay, it hurts that you're losing Bradley Beal, but you have a guy who's going to come in and do something similar.
Travis, what were you saying?
Other than, like, you try to trade, bro, who going to take him other than champ teams? If you go here, they have nothing to offer. The Mavs have nothing to offer. Let's see. Blazers, they have nothing to offer. Like, where can you really trade them and get value for them? That is true.
That is true. I gotta like you're gonna if you want him if you're the Wizards. I know we've been. I didn't think the Wizards was gonna be the team we're gonna have this.
Because like
Miami, like
you said a great point, Ethan. It's like it's a very it's a weird situation, bro. It's just I think you make a great point when you said that. It's a very nasty. To me, it's nasty. It's like who wants to be in Washington, man? Oh, no,
because you guys.
It only works if they trade him, and they hope that they can be right on draft picks for the next 4 years to turn around the rebuild.
And my thing is, next draft is generational, man. You can't fuck it up, Mike. I'm sorry because you can't fuck it up next year. So just trade the dude, be ass, and then next year you can't mess it up, man.
I agree, man. I agree.
I guess you get a pick next year. You should be pretty solid.
I guess
we should probably move on from the Wizards.
Speaking about
we've been talking about them for a minute.
No, but I think we had a good discussion because it's like again another team
sure.
that's in purgatory. Like, what?
Can I say something? Can I say something real quick?
Of course.
Okay, I'm saying this because I know people on Twitter are gonna get on me. I'm not saying Corey Kispert's a good player. I wouldn't have picked him right there, but he was a good player. So I digress. Let's move on.
All right. Let's go on to the number 11 New York Knicks, and Travis will be picking for them. Travis, who are the New York Knicks taking at 11? Bing bong.
Bing bong. Bing bong. I'm not gonna lie. The player I just got in front of me, but now since I'm picking best, give me Jalen Duran. He's very good. 6'10", great, good size. They need him because I feel like they're gonna remove Mitchell Robinson very soon, and then he gives you playmaking. They're playing big, and he can shoot someone outside.
Danny,
yeah,
he's okay. He's a solid shooter. I think Travis. The thing is, I do like,
Not in the NBA. I think he can develop it, but I don't think
he has a nice midi. I think he has a not a great midi. I think he has something to work with. But
I feel like he can shoot.
I don't know.
Somewhat like corner threes.
Maybe.
He can definitely develop that.
I do like the profile too, like him with Tibbs. Like I really like that. The front court of him, Julius. Like I do like that because he doesn't necessarily need the ball in his hands. But again, I go back to the problem with the New York Knicks for God knows how long. Point guard. They don't have a point guard to get guys like RJ, and if they get Jalen Duran the ball
right now available, right? It's good.
Yeah, unfortunately, the board
exactly.
did not fall.
The next one is like Ty Washington.
Yeah, and Ty Washington.
All the way up there,
I'm not taking Ty over Jay. No.
I do like Ty a lot for the Knicks. I just wouldn't take him necessarily at 11. You know what I'm saying? I think if they're in this situation where a guy like Dyson Daniels, or I know Shaedon Sharpe is not a point guard, but Shaedon Sharpe is not there. Like if those two guys, they don't get lucky and either one of those guys are there, I think this is a perfect situation to trade back. Trade back to 15-16, then snag Ty. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, that's. But I'm not mad at the Jalen Duran pick. Like I'm not mad at all.
All right. Now moving on to the number 12 pick, we've got the Oklahoma City Thunder on the board. And Jason, you'll be picking for the Thunder. So after going with Chet Holmgren at 2, what are they doing here at 12?
I'll do it, man.
I think they got the guard position locked up with Shea and Giddey. They got their center for the future. I think they either go small forward or power forward here. So I'm going to go Jeremy Sochan.
Ooh, I like that pick. I like that pick.
He's an NBA-ready defender. He reminds me of Scotty Barnes. That's what he reminds me of.
Yes,
I think that says a lot about him that we're all in agreement that we all think he's a very good player. Great pick for the Thunder.
He's not a great shooter right now, bro, but he's an NBA-ready defender. Just think of Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes, like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm another guy. Jason, I think you said it perfect. They got the guards locked up. Plus, they got the guy from old boy from Florida who's nice off the bench with them.
Trey Man.
And they got their front court with Chet. I think, like I said, two-way wings, two-way forwards is what they need to go. So I don't think it's wrong with, like you said, Sochan, Agbaji, or Eason. If they hit any of those three, whoever they think is the best out of those three, that's who they should take at 12.
I like Eason too.
Eason is very good. But okay, let's go on to the 13th pick. And at 13, we've got the Hornets on the board. Nolan, you're up, man.
Listen, I honestly, for the Hornets, They could really go a lot of places other than point guard.
I disagree.
I
I
think
think it's
there's only one
choice.
spot.
There's one choice.
One choice right now.
It's
Hey,
one
there's one
choice.
choice, man. There's one
One
choice.
choice, and it's
Hey.
Malachi.
Center.
The big fella.
Whoa.
Okay, I see the vision.
Center.
Hey, listen.
I see the vision.
Hey, Nolan.
I see
Before
the vision.
I'm gonna let you land. Before I get on your ass, I'm gonna let you land.
Listen. This is my theory of being the Hornets GM right now. I think drafting Malachi. Listen, James Bouknight, he's an okay player, but why not get the starting shooting guard when all these centers and big men are out on the market? I feel like you can go out and get a big man for cheap right now, especially. I don't know what the Hornets could trade. They could trade Terry Rozier's shitty contract and try and pick up a big man. A solid big man. I think you could find a better big man out there than Mark Williams, especially at the 13th pick or 14th pick, 13th pick, should I say, and draft a guy like Malachi who can slide in right next to LaMelo and play some good basketball, some good hoops.
Hey,
Can I please rebuttal this, please?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dev,
I'll let you
man.
go
You take
start.
it over.
All right. My thing is, I'm not gonna lie to you. The center free agency market is, I think it's pretty mid. I don't think they have a real chance for 8. Rudy Gobert, they can't trade for him or whatever. You got guys like Nick Claxton, JaVale McGee,
Mitchell Robinson.
So I mean, like, I understand picking Malachi if you don't think the Cavaliers aren't gonna pick Mark Williams. So if you go like Malachi here and then you trust that the Cavs aren't gonna be like, get him, okay, I see the idea.
I like
but
it.
I think Mark Williams is the only. I think he's the only.
I'm just shooting at the hypothetical that the Hornets know what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's a hard bet, knowing that the Hornets know what they're doing other than LaMelo Ball. But I feel like for the right price, you could get a Clint Capella. You could maybe trade for Rudy Gobert. That's the highest end. And Mitchell Robinson.
That's a
I
big
don't
if.
know,
That's a
man.
big if.
I know
And
it's a
for-
big if, but like the Jazz, they're on a fire sale right now. We just came out of new jerseys. Like, what
I
are we
don't know,
doing?
man.
We're
And for what I'm hearing, bro, I hear Mark Williams. A lot of people in the draft process says Mark Williams is better than Jalen Durant.
I am one of those people. I like Mark Williams a lot, and I think if you look at the Hornets season, they had a really good season. They overachieved. They had one of the best offenses in the league, but on the flip side, they had one of the worst defenses in the league, and that's what cost them in their playing game. And if they had a center like Mark Williams this year, who knows if they probably get into the playoffs.
Bro,
Yeah,
didn't he
I don't
record
think
like
you
one
go
of the
anywhere
longest
else.
wingspans?
Yes.
Didn't he have like one?
He's an
Yeah,
anchor
so
on
he's-
defense. He's a great like those LaMelo like passes underneath the basket to the center.
Yes. That's what I'm-
He's great for that, dog. He's
I
great.
don't think there's anywhere else you go because I think Malachi is there at 15. I don't think the Cavs draft Malachi. I think Mark Williams isn't there at 15 no more. I don't think.
No.
Well, it actually might work out for the Wizards because we'll move on to the 14th pick where the Cavs are going to pick. And Dev, you've got them on the board. They won't take Mark Williams here, I feel like, because, and that's kind of where I was going with it, is I apologize. The Hornets could still get Mark Williams with
that
the next
second
pick because I don't think Cleveland will take a big man here.
I mean, they should. They got that fraud Mobley. Jared Allen, sorry. No, let me chill. I mean, to me, with Colin Sexton's whole free agent, I think he's a free agent. I think he's a free agent. So with his whole situation
restricted. I think he's
looming,
restricted. I think
Yeah,
he's restricted.
and then they're in a need for a wing, man. You can't keep playing Isaac Okoro at the shooting guard, wing position, running that 3-guard lineup. I think they go wing here. So I have 2 guys in mind, but I think I'm gonna go Ojai Abaji. I think
Yes, sir.
he's a picture perfect fit here. You just slot him in, man. He has sneaky athleticism. He can play some defense. He's a really good 3-point shooter. Slide him into that offense, man. And I think you got something cooking. My other guy, I think I wanted Malachi Branham. I would have went Jalen Williams right here, man. That's another person I think would have fit really well with the Cavs. But I'm gonna go with Ojai Abaji out
Great
of
pick.
Kansas.
I like
pick,
Jalen Williams.
Oh, I love him, man.
Agbaji's a great pick, and now we've got the Hornets back on the clock at 15. So, Xavier, that's you, man. Who do you get the Hornets taking?
All right, man. Well, y'all kind of already stole my thunder, so there's not much I can say more about him, about Mark Williams. Honestly, to be 100% honest with you, again, I think he's the best center. I think he's better than Duran. Also, like, keep it a buck. Nolan, you can trust I'm gonna trust the Hornets front office because I trust Mike. Look, man, I've always put my trust in Michael Jordan. I'm gonna continue to put my trust in Michael Jordan.
Draft
This is why I
prospects
drafted Malachi, because you can always listen. If the Cavs do draft Mark Williams, that would suck. And then that's why I said my fallback option would be try and trade for somebody. But, if he does fall to the 16th pick, I don't think that's an awful thing.
No.
I agree with you. No.
Yeah, he's perfect for LaMelo.
Hey, y'all know who on the way? Mike D'Antoni, baby. So I get it, Nolan. I understand picking the offensive guy first, man.
Also, like you said,
you got the offensive coach.
Like you said, Mark Williams is that guy where, again, if it does work out the way Nolan kind of did it and the way I did it, you have a guy who can play next to LaMelo, and you also now have a center anchor. And on a young team, that's invaluable. And like Ethan was saying earlier, if they had Mark Williams and these two guys this year, there's a very good chance they make the playoffs.
And you got PJ and you got Bridges, and all you need is that one free agent signing, and then that's a ascending team.
He's the perfect center for LaMelo because LaMelo's not the greatest defender. He's solid, but he's not the greatest. So he has an anchor to help him on defense and a lob threat with a 7'7" wingspan.
Yes.
Exactly, man. And what's LaMelo good at? LaMelo's good at those lobs. Trust me, Miles Bridges benefited a lot from playing with LaMelo. Athleticism benefits from playing with LaMelo.
LaMelo would get Mark Williams paid. Think about James Harden in Houston.
And
That's what that would be.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to the 16th pick where the Atlanta Hawks will be making a selection. And personally, I think this is definitely somewhere they could trade because we've heard the rumors about John Collins possibly being traded out of Atlanta. But Ethan, I'm going to let you take it away here and see what you think the Hawks do here.
I think that the Hawks took a step back this year. A lot of it has to do with the fact of them overachieving the year before, making the Eastern Conference Finals. And injuries. I think injuries really screwed them this year. But I do think they're in a bit of a predicament, I would say, because other than Trae Young, I don't think they're sold on who the second guy is going to be next to Trae. I don't think they're sold on who's the third guy going to be next to Trae. I think they want to get rid of John Collins, even though he's been a great lob threat for them. And I don't think Kevin Huerter, DeAndre Hunter, is there another wing I'm missing? I feel like there might be.
They traded
Bogdanovich too.
Cam Bogdanovich. I don't think they found a secondary shot creator to score with. Like they're good role pieces, but they haven't found that second guy. And honestly, I don't think this late in the draft is going to be really hard for them. I think they're going to be stuck in that similar situation. But if I'm Atlanta, I go big, I go home, man. Give me Ousmane Dieng. I think he slid.
Ooh,
I think I like him, bro. I do like him in this spot. He's a tall, lengthy guy who I think he mixes it up when Trae isn't on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And I think he needs something different than with DeAndre Hunter and them, because I do like what they do. Like Kevin Huerter is a solid guy. DeAndre Hunter is a really good defender and a solid guy, but none of them have shown the scoring that I think Dieng at his very, very best. Like with the right development, I think he could do.
My thing also is
an interesting pick.
What is this? The 16th overall pick?
Yeah.
At this point in the draft, man, you're not betting on like, oh my God, he's gonna come in right away. You're betting on potential. Yeah, and at 6'10", that's a lot of potential. Like excuse
his
my
wingspan
French,
is nuts.
Ton. Yeah.
I'm very.
His handle not tight though. Like
pick.
He's
very raw.
He's very raw.
That can develop again. Like Dev said, really raw. That can develop.
I think they should trade that pick and go get somebody.
You know, I think they go get Jalen Williams. I've heard that they promised him.
What did you say,
Trey?
Y'all just drafted someone that's not playing.
Or what is
not playing?
You don't think
we got Optimus Prime on the call?
Ladies and gentlemen, our toaster has woken up and he's speaking to the camera.
Optimus Prime.
No, but Trav, let me get my bar off, man. I think they go Jalen Williams. I've heard they promised him right here.
I do like Jalen Williams,
bro. I think you are the first person I've ever heard say Ousmane Dieng to the Hawks, which is interesting.
Let me
I
explain.
see don't get me wrong, I see the vision.
Because I think I think his shot creation, especially, it could end up being his biggest asset. Like the more confidence he gets when he sees shots going in, I get consistency is the biggest question mark against every rookie. I know I'm not saying any insider shit. Like I get that, but I think as a pick and roll partner with him and Trey, I think he offers something that DeAndre Hunter couldn't do in pick and roll with Trey, that Kevin Huerter couldn't do, and that John Collins does really well. But those two together, I don't know. I like it. But Williams, again, I'm not mad at Williams either.
Oh, we got a guest appearance from Ace in the background of Travis's video.
Hey, Ace was good, man. Long time no see.
Shout out Ace. Go follow his Instagram and all that stuff. Support his art. He does the art for Are We Recording?
Bad, man. Picasso.
Ace, real one, man.
Wait, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Are we sure that the Hawks
you,
would want to? Are we sure the Hawks would want to, take the time to develop Ousmane, or y'all think they might want somebody a little bit more seasoned, experience?
That's why I think they'll trade.
I think they should trade it.
Yeah, that's a trade coming.
So,
trade up, or they're gonna trade for a different player and go big or go home.
You just came from the Eastern Conference Finals 2 years ago. You don't want to go back into where you're developing and hoping a 6'10" forward pans out. You don't want to do that, bro.
Yeah.
You want to go get a real piece and compete again fast.
All right. Well, I say we move on to the next pick because we've got the Houston Rockets back on the board. And
who's picking, man?
Right, I think Nolan Phillips will be making the selection for the 17th.
Nolan, make the right pick,
overall.
man. Please.
Picks Paolo Banchero with the third pick. Nolan, who do we got taking 17?
Come on, man.
Listen. Okay? John Wall, he's a dead man in Houston. He ain't gonna play another game.
I know where he's going. Yes, sir. I support this pick. Pick him.
Dead man walking. Listen, Jalen Green, he just needs that guy to give him the ball, Dev.
Pick him.
Give me Ty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I isn't that guy. I'm sorry to tell you that.
Ty.
If you want somebody to give Jalen Green the ball, you go Kennedy Chandler. But I digress.
Too small.
That's more mid. Both these niggas are mid.
Wow.
Dev, you're not happy about the pick?
Ty is more of a combo than he is a point guard, bro.
Nolan, I'm not feeling the pick good, buddy.
Jason, I hear that, but I just like his size, bro. I really think
that's the only reason why. Kennedy Chandler's
6'1".
He's 6'1", and
Kennedy Chandler's more of a PG than Ty is, though.
But Ty can still do it. That's the point that I'm trying to prove. I think Ty's potential at the point guard is better than Kennedy Chandler's, especially in the Rocket system, what they're trying to do.
I don't know, man.
Kennedy clears as a point guard.
If Dev's Rockets Twitter comes after me, that's on Dev.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
that's
are not gonna like this pick, man.
Hey, Dev's disciples, man. Dev's disciples.
You can get Jovic later.
I don't want him either.
They worship Dev.
I don't think they miss on either. I don't think they, like I said with Houston earlier, man. They got Banchero. They need a point guard. Unfortunately for them, Dyson Daniels will not be there, and it's not the deepest of point guard drafts. But I do like Kennedy Chandler, and I do like Ty, and I think they can make it work with either because I think either one of them will be better than KPJ at point guard.
I think that. That's why I have a problem with. I don't think either of those dudes gonna be better than KPJ, bro.
See, Jason. You see what I think? I think we need a wing.
Tari Eason. You go Tari Eason.
I think you go Tari Eason. You take the swing on Jalen Williams. Two guys Eason. But I don't know, man. I love Tari. Jalen Williams has grown on me a lot.
But Dev, you just drafted a guy. Yeah, you just drafted your two guard and Jalen Green.
But come on, but he's a 6'5" guard.
Hey, we all like him. We all like him, Dev. That's not the issue. The issue is you already got a better version.
But my thing is with Tari, it's just I feel he's more a power forward than a small forward.
Okay.
Man. I think Jalen Williams can slide into that three, and then we get serious hoops again. But
you Rockets fans have a serious problem with trying to change positions.
Yes.
He's a two guard.
Who?
He's not a three.
Y'all love changing positions. First, they want to change James Harden to a point guard. Now they want to do. Hold on. Now they want to do the KPJ to a point guard. Now to a wing. Like, oh my God, what are we doing here?
Not everybody can play point
Jalen
guard.
Williams is not a three, man.
Jason, I promise you, he will play 3 in the league, man.
No.
I promise.
If he does, it will be very limited, in my opinion.
Dev, give the fuck, bro. It's not fucking happening.
Travis, shut the hell up.
Hey, Travis.
Ty is your best hole, bro. Him playing with next to Jalen Green is going to be amazing.
He's going to be a backup, man. Jason said it best. He's not going to be better than KPJ, so I'm not even going to get into this.
Be better than KPJ, bro.
We'll see.
But I respect the pick, Nolan.
After All break, I guarantee it.
Who?
He said Ty gonna start after All-Star break, and he guarantees it, man. No. Hey, Travis, you gotta support her, cause I'm with you, man. Ty all the way, man.
I love Ty. He's mid. All right, we move.
Wow. Right. And now with
man.
with the final pick of our recording NBA mock draft, Travis will be picking for the Chicago Bulls. Xavier is praying to God that Travis does not screw this up. Also, news that Zach LaVine is most likely going to re-sign with the Chicago Bulls. So, Travis, what do the Bulls do here? I don't know how you mess
this up, man. It's so easy. I hope you don't mess this up.
Man,
he's gonna mess it up. What the heck?
What
did you say, Travis?
He said Jalen Williams. I thought he couldn't mess it up, and he messed it up.
How could you mess it up? Tariq is right there for you.
Sorry, you have X sick right now.
Tari Eason is the perfect pick.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
It's a G.I. Jane joke.
Yeah,
it's
a joke.
So draft Gage.
Tari Eason, dog. See, we can't do that to Xavier, man.
Yes,
it honestly, just makes too much sense.
LSU in a minute since Ben Simmons, dog.
Honestly, I don't even think we make this pick. Because the last week or so, the Bulls have been shocking.
I don't think they keep the pick either.
No, I don't think it makes no sense to keep this pick. Because honestly, what we have, our biggest issue. No offense to Vooch. Vooch did a lot of good things this year. He's not the guy at center. Wings always help. Tari Eason's a good pick.
No, I think they needed
Patrick Williams together. That's a duo.
Exactly.
Man.
I think those two guys, man.
The thing is,
Patrick Williams was
the Bulls, bro. Y'all need a center.
I think we get. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna say it right now. You're gonna Xavier exclusive. I think we get. I think we go out and we get Rudy Gobert.
I don't mind that.
What are y'all trading, man?
It's gonna cost that pick.
I think it's gonna cost that pick, Patrick Williams, and Vucevic. I think it's gonna cost all three.
It's gonna cost more than that.
My thing is this. I don't know. Because I'm okay with also going out there and trying to get Robert Williams. I'm okay with Robert Williams because that's another guy they've been targeting. I just know we need a center.
Y'all not no.
I don't think
isn't switching jerseys next season.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see why the Celtics would get rid of that, man.
Hey, you never know, man. Look, you should go out there and do what you want to do. I just know the Bulls need a center because I'm tired of watching Vooch try to guard actual guys. I'm sorry, Vooch got no lower body strength. Like watching him get backed down by 19-year-old men is the saddest thing on the planet.
Something that would be great if Mark Williams fell to y'all. That'd be a good pick.
That's my dream. That's my dream is we trade up. We give 18 and Kobe White to move into the lottery and get Mark Williams, Jalen Duren. That's my dream.
I was gonna say y'all can trade up.
But I do like the Tari Eason pick though. I think him, Patrick Williams, it helps Vooch a little bit, and I like it.
If he becomes a shooter, it's raps because he's a
defensive nightmare.
Energy guy, like defense, like. If he becomes a 3-and-D player, he's gonna be nice.
Also, shout out to LaVine. Shout out to LaVine for making the right decision. I knew you were a smart boy, Zach. You're a light-skinned king. You're a light-skinned king, and we're gonna roll together, buddy.
I don't know if he's making the right decision, man. DeMar's getting old. Vooch is a fucking dinosaur.
Go to LA,
playing with injured players, man. Could have went to Spurs.
Go to Dallas. Go to Dallas, man.
You could have went to the Spurs and had a dynasty, but you chose to go back to Chicago.
And you be patient, man, because remember, if Zoe's knee gets better, and then also we have We get a guy, a center,
See,
and we have
that's
Zach
where you
LaVine.
messed up.
Also,
Y'all are betting on injuries. I'm not doing that. Y'all are betting on too many injuries for me, man.
What are you talking about? Every other dude you pick up off the street, you try to play point guard. Like, I don't know why. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, you have
Y'all would die for KPJ, good buddy.
Why would we die for KPJ?
Why? Come on. Even he don't believe that. Even he don't believe
y'all need
that.
all the help in the world, you bums. I move.
Oh, all right. Who got chased? Hey, I got a question. Who got chased out of Cleveland? Who got chased out of Cleveland? Who threw a Super Bowl and got chased out of Cleveland? Was that KPJ?
Yes, it was.
Oh, wow.
Who quit at halftime and went home? Who?
KPJ.
Yes, it was.
Who also spent all their money on a guy?
Off the Rockets bench twice.
I'm telling you, man, KPJ got attitude issues.
Bro, the Bulls suck. Why are we talking? The Bulls suck, man. They suck.
Who made the playoffs? Whoa. Who made the playoffs?
See?
Congratulations. You made the playoffs.
The funny thing is,
didn't y'all get swept? Or y'all won one game?
Seago.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Hey, great.
The fucking Bucks. Didn't they have no Middleton either, you bums? I don't want to talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Hey, man, I have a question. Watching Curry still be good.
All in y'all Badusi, man.
Hey, watching Curry still be good. Watching Curry still be good at winning championship. Does that make your heart hurt knowing you wasted years on a bum who played better with strippers? Does that make you feel better?
Hey, no. I could have done about that. Let me ask LeBron how he feels, man. I bet LeBron hurt too, man. It's okay.
It's okay.
I mean, LeBron has some.
Well, all right, man.
While y'all lose out on these old guys, my team is building.
While y'all eventually have to pay Jalen Green because he don't want to stay in Houston, that dirty city.
Jalen Green's gonna be better than remember next season.
All right.
Let's
been a great tangent. Yeah, this has been a great tangent, but
I'm glad they saved it for the end.
I think we can get back to, I guess, our final thoughts because we finished the mock draft portion of this. I want to hear any last thoughts on any prospects that you guys think might fall or some interesting ones that we didn't name. This is the opportunity. Nolan, you want to go first?
Yeah. Other than the top three and Jaden Ivey, this draft is kind of mid.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I'm with that.
I disagree too. I like this draft class.
Okay. I'm rocking my own vision. Other than those top four guys, all the others are role
I tell you,
players.
there's a lot of guys I like, man. Keegan Murray, Shadon Sharp, Mark Williams, Jalen Duren. I like a lot of those guys. I think they can contribute.
You missed one person.
Ochai Agbaji, I like a lot.
Travis,
I think
who?
My boy from Serbia. He's going the next thing coming. I'm telling you, bro. He's going to shoot like that.
Yeah, Nikola Jovic.
I need him to go up north from where I'm at right now to the Spurs, bro.
I like that for them. No, I think this is. I think this is
a
really
Jovic
good complimentary draft.
I agree.
Jovic is a bucket.
Ask him to play defense. Let's see what he does.
Okay, now we're getting too far, right?
We'll see what he do against NBA talent, bro.
He a bucket, man. He a bucket.
I think a slider that I think AJ Griffin will fall past 10. I think his medicals are a lot worse than we thought it was. And lately he's been dropping a lot on mock drafts. So I do think AJ Griffin will fall past 10. Yeah, I think he'll end up in Oklahoma and I will off myself because oh my God, that would be bad. That would be so bad.
So who do y'all think we talked about a little bit about the fallers in this draft. Who do you think are going to fall? Who do you think is going to rise? Maybe somebody crashes that top three party who we don't think is going to crash.
Hey, let me tell you right now. I think a guy we could see even in the top 5, Benedict Mathurin. We were talked very highly about him. I would not be surprised to see him go earlier than what we had him. I think going 7, right? I could see him going 4. He's a very good player. With a lot of potential.
I think one could be Jovic, Nikola Jovic. These GMs love the European molds.
6'11" shooter.
Hey, Jason.
I can see a GM taking a chance on that.
Denver,
just because I could just see it. Like you see Luka, you see Jokic. You're like, well, we might as well take a chance over somebody from overseas.
Why not?
16
hey,
shooter.
I think we're forgetting one person, man. Jaden Hardy. Somebody gonna take a chance on that brother, man. I think
We already seen him
top
in
25.
the
So
G
I
League,
don't
bro.
know.
He
Like,
don't move me.
I think a GM gonna take a chance with him. I would not be
Lottery?
surprised if Atlanta. I think
Atlanta's
I
not a
think
bad take.
I think Atlanta takes a chance on him. I
My-
think
my-
Patrick Baldwin as well.
Hey, Patrick Baldwin
see.
is a great. I think he's going to be a great player.
So,
I do too.
so who
I
do
think-
who do y'all like? Nolan, you go.
It's just a quick one. I think the two centers, realistically, I think they get picked right around the same spot, but I see one of them could slide into the top 10 and one could drop past 15. I think they might either split up because those real teams in the middle, like the Hornets and the Cavs, are the only real ones looking for true centers that they need right now. So either they might get them early and then the other one drops later to a team that could use them, or they realistically, which is probably going to happen, they'll probably just go next to each other.
Travis.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I really think Chet might pull an Eli Manning, bro. If he gets drafted somewhere he don't like, he will pull an Eli Manning and just not playing for y'all.
Let's be realistic. It's only one place that he could do that to. That's Orlando.
Yeah.
And I don't think he would do that. I think
Yeah.
he'd be happy.
OKC.
Yeah. He wants to be in OKC for good
I'm
reason.
telling you.
but I don't think he'll pull Eli.
And I don't think
That's-
he'll be mad about going to the Rockets. So
Another guy who we didn't get a chance to talk about, who I would have loved on the Mavericks if we kept our pick and didn't get the God C Wood. Honestly, Nolan,
No.
Nolan, you talked about the two centers in Williams and Duran. Walker Kessler, man, I like him a lot. His feet are a little slow, but dog, he's an ank. He might be better on defense than the other two guys are. Like him next to Jabari Smith was like, I think, the best front court tandem this past year in college, and I like him a lot. Like we're a team where he can be a backup big. Like I said, Charlotte, maybe they take a chance on him over Williams and Duran, man. That's not.
Hell no.
I can see it happen, man. I can see it.
He's a college player, man.
From, Arkansas. He should go early second. He's gonna be nice.
He's good.
Jalen Williams, Arkansas.
I think he probably 10 years in the league for sure.
Oh, man. Walker Kessler is just a college player. He's a Drew Timmy, man.
Wow.
Believe the hype.
I did not think we were going to talk about Drew Timmy today.
Walker Kessler's nice, bro. Like I like him a lot.
He's gonna be too slow, bro. He's gonna be Luka Garza. Just watch.
The game too fast for him, man.
It's gonna be too fast.
Shout out to Drew Timmy.
I like Christian Braun too.
Christian Braun,
is a
I like.
hooper.
From Kansas.
Marjon Beauchamp. That's the guy I'm very high on. I really like him. Thank you, Mavs fans, for that 26th pick. I get my guy Marjon. Dalen Terry, there you go. Jason, that's another guy.
Dalen Terry,
man.
cool, man. Like I told you, hey, back to earlier. I don't think this is a bad draft, man. I really like this draft.
It's a solid, bro. It's
an interesting one.
It's a lot of role players.
It might not produce that many Hoopers, but they got players in it.
I think you get complimentary players out of this. I think at the top you probably get your 2s and 3s. The rest just solid role players, man. And that's okay. I think this is the perfect draft.
If the right team gets JD Davidson,
JD Davidson is another point guard. I think I would love him on San Antonio.
I don't think
he'll love.
Like this.
He can't do nothing.
Skills like to be a pure PG, but if he can turn into a defensive shooter, that's all.
All he does is dunk. He's mid.
That's what I'm saying. Like if somebody can develop him the right way, he's gonna be nice. If he can develop, bro, because
he's got all the athletic tools.
I think
right now is dunk.
I think another hot take for me, man. You can book it in a year. Either Tari Eason,
okay,
Ochai Agbaji, or Jeremy Sochan will win Rookie of the Year. One of those three will win.
Can I ask something? What do you see in Ochai, bro? I think he's just Ochai. I think he's just a role player. One of those
three will win Rookie of the Year.
I think career Ochai averaged 10 points.
You're going to teams that need production, and they're going to get numbers that are way out the the Thunder, the Magic, and the Kings. You're telling me those top three
and the
players?
Rockets too,
and the Rockets.
Paolo
put up good numbers for Rookie of the Year.
Paolo's my Rookie of the Year. Book it right now. Paolo's my Rookie of the Year. Paolo's my Rookie of the Year.
I'm telling you.
I was about to ask that, Ethan. That's a great question. Who do y'all think win Rookie of the Year, man? Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic here. Ochai.
I guess I'll start, man. Ochai Agbaji, if he goes to Cleveland and he can give him what LeVert couldn't, I think he could be Rookie of the Year.
That's a hot take, man.
Okay, let me
All right.
go. I'm gonna go with Paolo Banchero. I think it makes
Yes,
the most
sir.
sense. I think he's the
Yes,
best
sir.
player in this draft, but I would not be surprised to see Jabari Smith either.
Jason,
I
you
can
got it.
talk-
Or
I'll hop on, Dev. Mine's quick. I think Jabari Smith is just going to get the rock so much in Orlando that he's going to put up 20 plus, improve their wins to at least a significant amount to give him Rookie of the Year.
Jaden, I don't.
that's where I'm going, Jason.
Hey, Jason,
That's
go on
where
a
I'm
ledge. Go on a ledge. Join a ledge with me, man. Pick.
But you just wrong. Like I don't want to.
Like, Ochai
Hear me out,
Baji's so
man.
nasty. That's
Like,
a
hear
nasty
me out,
pick.
man.
Travis, come on a ledge, man. Pick a ledge. It don't gotta be O'Shea.
EJ
Pick...
Liddell.
Yes, sir. We got a ledge, boy.
EJ
Ooh.
Liddell.
Oh yeah, you're definitely pushing.
Y'all
He's
are
the
literally
most
just saying
NBA
hot takes.
ready.
Y'all don't really believe this, bro. I'm gonna go Ben Carroll.
Oh, I mean,
I need somebody to go on a ledge, man. We can't pick these safe picks.
You wanna know
I'm
what?
gonna go Ben
All right.
Carroll.
I think I'm gonna pick. I'm a homer. We get Paulo, but I think it's gonna be Jaden Ivey if he ends up in Detroit, man. I think that's the perfect situation. I think Jaden Ivey wins Rookie of the Year.
Yes, if Jaden Ivey gets to Detroit, I wouldn't.
To
I wouldn't
Detroit, yeah.
cast him.
No,
I
I
can see
agree.
it too.
I
If,
agree.
if not, I'll go Paulo.
That's not.
Thank y'all for
Same part.
choosing the Houston Rocket rookie, man. I'm glad y'all on board
I
on
cannot
that,
wait for
man.
him to go number one and not go to Houston. Oh my god.
Oh, he's gonna
Bro,
be sick.
It's gonna break
my
your heart, Dev.
reaction. I'm going to record it if I'm not back in San Marcos. Y'all will see it. I'm a live stream. I'm gonna go live stream. Y'all join in.
We'll put it on our recording on the YouTube channel.
Reels.
Yep.
Hey,
Oh,
and
good stuff.
actually, we'll do another Twitter Spaces or a live stream after the draft,
yeah.
so we can talk about it and kind of give our thoughts on how everything played out. I'm sure there are going to be a bunch of trades. So if you like this video and you want to keep watching, keep up with what we're doing, make sure to follow, subscribe, do all that cool shit. It really helps out the channel. And yeah, guys, any final thoughts before we go? Wrap this up.
I got a final thought, man. Shout out to all the Twitter guys that comment who actually watch the videos, man. I know these guys greatly appreciate it.
We do,
I greatly
man.
appreciate it, man. I know y'all are out there because y'all show love, man. So I appreciate y'all coming to watch the video and sticking around this far. Say, hey, are we recording? Sent you. Send us the screenshot. Send a screenshot and tag are we recorded, man. Show some love. But I appreciate y'all.
Hey, on Twitter, Instagram, we'll shout you out too, man.
I got two shout outs. Shout out to my little brother Jalen. I know you're watching. You're
Yes,
a big
sir.
fan. Shout out to Jalen. Jalen's a big fan of the show. And also shout out to the Chicago Bulls Twitter. Y'all always got the insider.
Oh, there you
y'all
go.
are great. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Bulls. Also shout out to the king of Twitter, Mr. Devin Glass.
Devin Glass,
Devin
man.
Disciples, man. King of Houston, man. The king of Houston, man.
Hey, I know me and Gage, we didn't really spend too much time talking about it. We posted on our social, man, but recently it was the 1 year anniversary of our recording and our first video, and so we greatly appreciate y'all being on this journey with us, man. We're taking steps to get where we want to go. We hit 100 subscribers too.
I got to switch to something a little bit more serious, man. Come on.
Oh God.
Yes,
No, but seriously. 100 subscribers, been doing this for a year, and we're having a lot of fun with it, and we just keep getting better and better and having more and more fun with it, and we really appreciate all the love and support that we're getting from all the people who watch the videos. So also want to say shout out to everyone who's helped us make any videos. I know we've got 5 guys in here who took some time out of their night to record this and
we got
put together a great video, but we've got plenty of people who have joined the podcast and have helped in some way or manner, and I'm so thankful.
Also, if you didn't think 100 subscriber video is coming, god damn it, it's coming. And I can promise y'all it's going to be the most extra 100 subscriber video you have ever seen in your life. If there's anybody that's going to milk 100 subscribers, you guessed it, it's going to be Are We Recording.
I like the Glasses X. I think this is the... Oh, Nolan, you got something to say from the Virgin Islands? Oh,
yeah. Are we recording?
Are we recording?
Are we recording?
Are we recording?
Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate it. Shout out to Jason, Dev, Nolan, X, and Travis for joining, and we will see y'all next week. Peace.